inside in their hearts, they are young people with a future in front of them. And the youth that come to Urban Peak have chosen to make a difference in their life. How could you not want to do everything you possibly can to help that young person get on a better path?
Mike is a Maverick thinker in the true spirit of the Urban Peak Maverick thinkers. No task was too small, no task was too large if it meant young people would get off the streets.
Mike is very humble, so he takes very little credit for anything that he does. And he's just that kind of quiet servant leader that is always there when you need him.
I became connected with Urban Peak in the early 90s, and I had no idea really what I was getting into, but I had a gut feeling that it was a great organization. Dick Thomas said, "You need to be the chairman of the board." And I thought he was crazy. And that was a transformative experience for me. They took some risk with me, and they gave me tons of support. I think that's exactly what they do with the youth.
I'm the former CEO of Urban Peak, and I had the great fortune of being hired to lead Urban Peak when Mike Bearup was the board chair.
Circumstances led to us finding Roxanne White. Roxanne had the vision to realize that we'd outgrown our facility up in Capitol Hill. And that started a whole journey so that Urban Peak could be more effective in its mission. What I am most proud of about my work with Urban Peak is that we put it on a sustainable footing. There were moments in those early days where we literally thought we'd have to shut it down. People deferred salary and we pinched pennies till they screamed, and to see where Urban Peak is now from those days is remarkable and a very heartwarming story.
Mike went with me to funders, asked people to invest because he had already written a check. And he convinced the community that it would be awful if Urban Peak died. And I'm not certain there would be an Urban Peak today if there weren't people like Mike and Julie Bearup and folks who always believed that street kids deserved another chance.
KPMG and Urban Peak have a long history as well. We have a lot of folks who volunteer. They never fail to come away, their heart touched, and just an amazing experience.
I remember Mike coming to me one day and saying, "Jareen, I need a volunteer project for KPMG to be involved in." And it's like, "How many people?" And he said, "That would be 750.
We have a very active LGBTQ community at KPMG. Our Pride at KPMG network had their national convention here, and they wanted to do community work, and it's a natural. Let's go to Urban Peak. You'll make a huge difference. The LGBTQ story was one that I really hadn't tuned into before I got associated with Urban Peak. And I would come home after hearing the stories of the youth, many of whom had left home or were kicked out of their homes or were abused because of being LGBTQ. And I remember coming home after board meetings and just sitting on the couch and holding my son and wondering how any parent could do this to their kid.
They'd be there helping with meals. And then Mike would put back on his suit jacket and his tie, and he would go out with me to meet with donors. And then he would turn around and help put out mats at night for the kids. And then late at night, he'd be writing an audit response letter. Nobody was outside of Mike's network when it came to helping homeless kids.
It's good for your soul to help the youth at Urban Peak, and that's so powerful.